going on, Jerome's? So, of course, the Minnesota Vikings have had some pretty good defenses throughout their history. The Purple People Eaters, and some of the Zimmer Hellfire defenses were renowned as the best defense in the league for a while. All right, so we're used to good D's here in the great state of Minnesota. Also, it just feels, obviously it's early. It's only been 3 games, but just the vibes. Like, this feels like a special defense, and they're not doing it against Will Levis and Anthony Richardson, unlike some teams. They're doing it against players that are perceived to be some of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. You got C.J. Stroud, one of the best young up-and-coming quarterbacks. Brock Purdy, pretty good, Super Bowl participant. And then Daniel Jones. Yeah. But Brian Flores absolutely has this defense humming and cooking and all that stuff. And what's great, too, I said at the time, I felt like the Tua comments would rally this defense around Flores. They love and support him, and just put an extra chip on their shoulder just to say F you to the league for all of the teams who didn't give Flores a head coaching interview last offseason, and for the Tua comments just randomly throwing Flo under the bus, calling him a terrible person. No, like this team and this defense, they love Brian Flores, and they rallied around him, and they're just balling right now. Right now, they're bringing that heat. So they're second in the league in points allowed with 30. Only the Steelers are better. 13th in yards. Now, part of that is a little bit of stat padding by the Texans at the end. And same thing with the Niners in the second half. But yeah. 6 turnovers generated, tied for 3rd in the league. Passing yards per attempt, 5.2, 8th. 3.6 yards per carry, 4th in the league. Third down for what? It could be just a little bit improved, but 31%, 11th. A red zone is 7th at a third. Blitz percentage. So this has gone up. The Vikings brought heat consistently against the Texans. I do think part of it was game plan specific, because Daniel Jones can move, Brock Purdy can move. C.J. Stroud, more of a pocket passer. So I think that they're bringing heat on a stationary target, but at 23.4%, 6th in the league. Now, that is a precipitous drop from 51.2% last year, and the Vikings by far were the number 1 blitzing team in the league. So they're getting home with 4, and you're wanting some more. But there's no dip in pressure, 4th in the league at 28.3%, as well as 28.3. Tag a Falcons fan. And then 41 pressures, 1st. 16 sacks, 1st. PFF grade 71.7. Whatever. But the Vikings, 1st in pressures, 1st in sacks. They're the number 1 pressure team in the National Football League right now, and it feels pretty damn good. And C.J. Stroud, I still believe that Stroud is one of the best young quarterbacks in the game. I think that he will be a top 3 to 5 quarterback in the next couple of years. I think that he will consistently flirt with MVPs. I think the Texans are a damn good football team. But the Vikings just eviscerated C.J. Stroud. Like, he was in hell yesterday. And it's so funny, because this is after the whole C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, hey, keep your head up, man, talk after the game. Sam Darnold doing the same thing in reverse. Sam Darnold's like, hey, man, I was drafted top 3 too. or something like that. But you look at what heat that they brought upon these quarterbacks so far. So Daniel Jones, I mean, respect. Daniel Jones has actually played pretty damn good over the last couple of weeks, notably against the Browns and their supposedly great defense. But Daniel Jones in the Week 1 matchup, 44.3 quarterback rating, 2 interceptions, 5 sacks. Brock Purdy, career high 6 sacks, threw a pick, and also had a lost fumble as well. And then Stroud, 2nd worst quarterback rating of his career, 68.6, 2 interceptions and 5 sacks, which is good. Things are going pretty damn good. Now, there's a couple reasons why this defense is humming right now. Number 1, they make the offense play left-handed. So they're going to take away your offense's best player. So Week 1, they took away Malik Neighbors. He did get some yardage in garbage time. Week 2, I mean, Debo was held in check. Ayuk certainly was held in check. Kittle got loose a little bit. And then also Nico Collins. I mean, Nico didn't really get anything going until garbage time. And he couldn't even get in against some of the backup defenders late at the end of the game. They had 4 end zone shots at Nico. They didn't get any of them. But it's a team defense. They're playing their gaps. They're playing their responsibilities. And no one's out there playing hero ball. Right, so also Like, these guys just enjoy playing together, which we'll get into. But good angles, rallying to the ball, and also getting efficient pressure. Like we said, blitz rate dropped, pressure rate from last year up. I mean, they were middle of the pack last season. Plus, in terms of coverage, all this talk about cover two, and the Vikings are running a lot of cover two. And also, they are playing a lot of zone through the first 3 games, a little bit more man against the Texans specifically, like we had predicted. But they're very good at taking away deep. So even with Flores showing a very aggressive look, all of a sudden they're bluffing, they're dropping into cover 2. You got 2 deep safeties, they're taking away the boundaries. So basically, they're saying, especially when the Vikings have the lead, you can have everything underneath. We're going to rally and make a play, but you're not going to beat us deep, and you're not going to beat us to the outside. Also, that's one of the reasons why Stephon Diggs had himself a massive game. I think, respected. I mean, Diggs still has it, but I think that was part of the game plan where, hey, we'll give you everything underneath, and we're going to rally to the ball, especially when the Vikings had that lead and they're trying to play catch up, because that is frustrating. Like, if you're behind multiple scores and you can't hit a deep ball, you can't hit anything outside, a chance to run up the sideline, it's a tough day. And also the depth and the rotation up front. So, I mean, the Vikings, they have the best front 7 in the game. They also have the best front 7 in the game. I mean, that's pretty good, too. Also, just the rotation. So you got guys like Tommy getting in. Jalen Redmond had a sack at the end of the game against the Texans. Hottie Ward, Patrick Jones is second in there, too. And, of course, the 3 safety look. So, I mean, it's really damn good. And, props to Kwesi for building up this depth, as well as props to Flores and his coaching staff on the defensive side for deploying them. And, keeping guys fresh, keeping them hungry later in games, later in the season is really a smart idea. Also, master of disguise. You've seen Brock Purdy after the game saying to Flores, your scheme is insane. And of course, C.J. Stroud and Daniel Jones didn't know what planet he was on. And even some of the best and most seasoned quarterbacks in the game, like, they're going to struggle against this defense. And it's kind of beautiful, man. Plus, 3rd and longs. Texans had 3rd and long 10 times. I mean, things get pretty easy when you get to that spot, because so say 3rd and 10, like, it's not so long that you're just going to sit back and play prevent, play at the sticks. So you can dial up some heat. Like, you can get super spicy on 3rd and 10, 3rd and 7, that sort of area. And the Vikings certainly did on Sunday. Plus, good vibes, positive energy. It sounds weird to say, hardcore football guys like, brr, 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 good vibes around here. But it's true. It's true. And you can tell, like, this defense loves playing together. And they celebrate each other's wins. They're hyped on the sideline. They communicate very well on the field. And I think what it comes down to is that they enjoy being around each other. They enjoy coming into work. It's not a chore. It's not a job. They're having fun, and they're kicking ass, and they're winning. There's nothing else better in the National Football League. So obviously it's early. But the Vikings have passed some very solid tests early on. And, yeah, they're going to have a lot more in front of them. But Jordan Love's probably going to go on Sunday, go in and embarrass him in his own building just like he did last season. Yeah, the Vikings high watermark. Jordan Love looking like ass, thank you. But then Kurto got hurt. And then, hey, neutral site, Aaron Rodgers, humble him. Jared Goff, prove that he's a bust. Stafford, I respect Stafford. Stafford's good, man. Anthony Richardson, turnover machine. Trevor Lawrence got all that money. Bring it. Will Levis. I forgot. Brian Flores gets to play Will Levis. It's glorious, man. Caleb Williams, a rookie, twice. You got Kyler. Can't even see over the offensive line. Kirk Cousins. Could be Penix by then. Who knows, man. Then Geno. Geno's looking good. I mean, the Seahawks looking good. Respect. And they got Love. They got Goof again. So bring it on. Absolutely bring on everything, because we got it. We got Unleashing Hell, Raise Hail, and Praise Dale, or something like that. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings have the number 1 pressure defense in the National Football League, and it is fun. It is replicable, and they're going to do the damn thing all damn season, man. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.